I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this source. Yo, what's up, everybody? Long time no see. For those of you that were just hanging out with me and John Legeza for the baseball show just a few hours ago. The Orioles. I need my Brewers team total under 4.5, which obviously is still in play. But the game is going to extras. I'll be so pissed if I lose that in extras. Mariners have 2 men on. Royals, yeah, there's a lot of action going on. Really don't know wins or losses yet because they're all still up in the air, so we'll have to wait and see. Matt Modi looking like he just did a bid. 5 with an 85. Home with a fresh cut.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take it.
5 with 85 means never mind. Just never mind. So yeah, we're gonna run through 3 WNBA games first. That'll be Chris by himself. So go ahead, Chris. Wings on the road in Minnesota against the elite defense Minnesota Lynx.
Yeah, and I think if I had to play it, Cal, that's probably how I would play it. I probably would play on. I didn't play it. This line opened at 10. What is it now? Is it like 11.5? I think, or something like that. Here's the thing. Minnesota already beat Dallas one time already this season. Minnesota's probably the best, or if not the second best team in the WNBA. Still without Kayla McBride. They've already beat the Lynx as well. They beat them by double digits, laying 5.5 points on the road. So it seems real easy just to go back to them. They've covered. This is a 2-0 team, ATS and straight up, versus an 0-2 team, ATS and straight up. But Dallas has traveled a couple time zones. For whatever reason, Minnesota was a team that wasn't super profitable. They were only 11-10 against the number last season when they were laying double digits at home. Feels like a spot everybody probably going to count the wings out of because Enrique Gumbawale is so terrible. But I would probably just look towards that team total under if I had to bet this one. Because even if I think that the game will be played a little bit slower, the Lynx, even if their offense isn't hitting, 80% from the 2-point line and 39% from 3, which they have been through the first 2 games this season, it would be I'm sorry. Even if that doesn't happen, their defense will still be there. So I think that they can slow down. This will be Paige Becker's number 1 pick. Be her first game on the road as well. Wings team total under. Also, interesting parlay, Kyle. I did play this one too. I played Courtney Williams 6.5 assists over. So Courtney Williams 7+ assists and the money line. It's a -115 on DraftKings. Courtney Williams has hit 9 assists or more in both games so far. One of those games did come against this Dallas Wings team already, and then she had 9 assists in LA. We know this game's gonna be played super fast. Dallas was the worst defensive team in the WNBA. It hasn't much improved at all throughout the first 2 games at all either. So I think it's gonna be super fast paced. Courtney Williams 7 assists, and the money line for the Lynx on DraftKings was -115 about 2 hours ago.
Someone said Modi's feet doesn't touch the ground when he's in the barber's chair.
The comments are on one with the hair. I should have just worn a hat.
His feet doesn't touch the ground on the barber's chair. That's funny. All right, Sparks on the road against the Mercury. Why does it say Sparks 0-1 against the spread? They're 1-1. I guess the graphics got messed up here.
Yeah, they are 1-1. All right, so Sparks are going to be a little short-handed here. Ray Burrell comes off the bench for the team. She's injured with a knee injury, out 6 to 8 weeks. And then in the game on Sunday against the Lynx, they also lost Rakia Jackson. We saw the Mercury play 1 game. They ended up being 6.5-point dogs without Kalia Copper. Still no Kalia Copper. Still no Natasha Mack. But they absolutely smoked the Seattle Storm in that game. So I kind of need to see it again, Kyle. Like I get it. The defense was really good. Seattle's offense is not great. I think that if I had to bet this game, I didn't bet it. I'm still considering this one. I'd be taking the points with the Sparks. I think that, having Kelsey Plum, having, Azarae Stevens, having De'Erica Hamby, I think they still got the guard play with Odyssey Sims being there. I really want to take the points with the Sparks. This was at 6 earlier this morning when I did my show. I would only be betting the Sparks. I want to see it again from the Mercury before I bet on them. And it's not that they can't go out here and have another good game, but the way that they beat the brakes off of the Seattle Storm in that last game, I think Sparks do a better job of not turning the ball over like Seattle did. They also can knock down some 3-point shots with Kelsey Plum out there. So yeah, I would be betting Sparks. I didn't bet this one. It is on my short list though. Plus 5.5, plus 6 if you can get it. All
right. Orioles just took a 4-3 lead in the 10th, by the way. Mariners have bases loaded in the 7th. Mystics against the Valkyries.
Valkyries, yeah. Where is this line in now? Is this 4.5?
4.5.
4.5. So this was also up to 6 early this morning. And I think it opened 5.5. And I said to myself, I knew that this was this is ugly. It's really, really ugly. The Mystics are projected to be one of the worst 4 teams in the WNBA. The Valkyries probably projected to be the worst team in the WNBA. But so yes, the Washington Mystics are a lot better than Golden State. They started the season 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the spread. We barely got a cover with them against Connecticut Sun on Sunday. However, it's been only a 1-game sample size for the Valkyries so far. As we get more data, I will have a lot more plays, but I kind of want to see what we get from the Valkyries. I'm expecting that offense to struggle. I like the Mystics. I can't play the Mystics though. I can't lay 5.5 with a team that, in my opinion, is not that great and led by but has 2 rookies out there that they're expecting to contribute a lot. Also, you think about the time zone shift, right? The Valkyries played on Friday against the Los Angeles Sparks and haven't played since Friday. Meanwhile, the Mystics have played 2 games since then. The last one was in Connecticut. This is their first game on the West Coast. This is the spot where they potentially run out of gas. I'd only be taking the points with the Valkyries, but it's super gross and nasty. So I need to see the Valkyries play a little bit more, Cal, before I bet it. But yeah, I think it'd be Valkyries for me or nothing at all.
These colors are crazy for the Valkyries. It's this craziest purple.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a professional sports team with this like shade of purple before.
Yeah, Valkyries, they're like women. What are they like? Women warriors.
Oh my God, Baltimore! Are you kidding me? They got caught in a freaking rundown. Oh my God, this team is bad, dude. All right, let's talk New York Knicks basketball. All right, it's game 1. Modai, what are your thoughts on the Knicks Pacers series?
You're not gonna like it. I think the Pacers are gonna win. I think they're just criminally underrated.
That only boosts my confidence, Matt. Hearing you
if Tibbs can keep his players healthy for another playoff series, it would be a minor miracle.
All right, so you like the Pacers? That's a really good pick.
Thank you.
Compelling stuff.
I just wish. Yeah, I know. I appreciate the unbiased opinion that you have.
Yeah. Well, it's not about my opinion as a fan. It's my opinion as an analyst, and this is just these teams are on different levels. The Pacers.
So, what do you think was going to happen in the series last year?
Well, when the Knicks got injured, yeah, Pacers.
No, I'm just asking what you thought would happen before game 1. Did you think that the Knicks were going to win the series?
No, when the Knicks lost OG, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius Randle was already out. We were missing 3 starters, so I didn't have much hope that the Knicks were going to make a deep playoff run. To be honest, I was just pumped we beat Cleveland or not Cleveland. That was 2 years ago. We beat Philadelphia.
Philly?
I considered it like, hey, that was cool because when it's the NBA, dude. If you're missing 3 out of your 5 starters, like you can't go into the playoffs being like, we're going to win the championship. I didn't really have obviously I was rooting for the Knicks, but missing 3 out of 5 starters is freaking crazy. So I didn't really have many high hopes. In fact, the fact that we took the Pacers to 6 with that with that quality of a team last year, missing all those pieces is crazy.
OG got hurt in the series, and it went 7.
No, it's 6 last year. Did it go 7?
Last year, it went 7.
Yeah, it did go 7. My bad. Yeah, and then the Pacers won by like 40 points in Game 7, right?
Yeah, when Brunson broke his hand.
Yeah, but the Knicks were so injured last year. It's kind of crazy that still went 7, and that was without Mikal Bridges, without Karl Anthony Towns. I think the Knicks this year are significantly better than they were last year. I mean, I've been saying it. I said it before the Detroit series. I said it before the Boston series. This Knicks team, when they're fully healthy, is one of the best teams in the NBA. I mean, people kind of forgot that because They were not healthy in the second half of the year. Brunson missed a chunk, and Mitchell Robinson missed 2/3 of the season. We haven't seen many stretches of this Knicks team fully healthy, but when they're healthy, they're one of the best teams in the NBA, and I think they're a step above the Indiana Pacers when fully healthy. I got the Knicks at 3.5. Bet it open.
I didn't actually play the spread or the series. I actually think that the Pacers are going to win. The play that I locked in was I took Brunson. I think this is going to be a big Brunson scoring series like it was last year, but I think it's going to be all from inside the arc. So I took Brunson under 2.5, made 3-pointers. That was -110 odds at BetMGM. And it's all just about the way the Pacers play defense. I thought the this last round against the Celtics was going to be a Brunson series. He hit 3 or more in 3 or 4 of the 6 games. He only missed it in 2 of them. I think it's the exact opposite. The Pacers just run you off the 3-point line. And Brunson absolutely killed them in the mid-range last year before he got hurt. And you look at them in this year, played the Pacers 3 times, hit the over in 1 of those 3 on 5 attempts. If you're telling me he's going to take 5 attempts, I'll gladly take for him to go under 2.5 made. Last year in the regular season against the Pacers, hit the under, I should say, in 2 of 3 games. In the playoffs, he only hit it in 2 of the 7. Now he got hurt in game 7, still played 29 minutes and only put up 3 attempts. Again, it's just the way the Pacers play defense. Brunson's going to cook them, absolutely cook them, but from the mid-range and from the inside. So I took his under 2.5 3-pointers.
Towns is also averaging 35 points a game against the Pacers. This is not the strongest interior defense. I think the Knicks would do whatever they want on the interior against the Pacers. And the thing with the Pacers is everyone's kind of fallen in love with this team, and I understand why. They're cool to watch. The offense is smooth. I get why people like the team. I like watching them too. What playoff series that they won impressed you? The injured-ass Bucks last year and this year. Cleveland, who in the second half of the year didn't look good at all. I mean, I don't think anybody – I was trying to tell people at the beginning of the year, guys, relax on the Cavs. They're not that good, but no one wanted to listen. I don't think Cleveland's that impressive of a series win. The Knicks just beat them a couple years ago in 5. I just don't think the Pacers have really proven anything other than gotten really lucky with their paths in the playoffs 2 years in a row. Is anybody going to disagree that the Knicks' path to get here is a lot more difficult than the Pacers' path to get here? I haven't seen what Pacers series impressed you.
I mean, they still beat them in they won both series in 5. They didn't play with their food. They beat them both in 5. They dropped 1 game and that was that.
Yeah, no. They're better than the injured Bucks, of course, but I don't think anyone was debating that. And Cleveland, the Knicks disposed the Cavs in 5 also. That team's just not good.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
It's the same team.
Yeah, but they won 64 games. It's not. It's
what
not
they
the
win
same
that
team.
year? 59?
Probably less than 64.
I mean, not much less. They were the 4 seed. And most of the games.
The 4 seed doesn't win 50. The 4 seed doesn't win 59 games.
Hold on, I'll look it up. And for the record, what they start 33-4. Most of their wins in the first half of the year. In the second half of the year, they weren't even good. Let's see.
Yeah, 33-4 is actually really bad. Good point.
No, I'm saying that the team they were in the first half of the year is not a reflection of the team they were in the second half of the year. They started 56-10.
Oh, so when they had the 1 seed locked up by a million games, the last 16 games they didn't play as well?
I was saying the last couple of months, I don't think anyone has Cleveland penciled in as one of the best teams in the league. I think everyone could join hands and be like, no, that's not one of the best teams in the league. What do you think, Chris?
I just think you're underrating the Pacers.
I think, first of all, I like the look by Moda. I like the Brunson under 2.5 3. It makes all the sense in the world to me. I think I'm tailing that because it's still -110. I was looking while y'all were talking. It's still -110 on BetMGM.
Yeah, BetMGM.
And I agree. I think he's going to absolutely carve him up. I haven't played it. I'm playing that though. I will be tailing Moda on that. I think Brunson is going to carve him up in the mid range. I think Brunson's going to be able to get to the paint as well. Kyle, you mentioned it. So I agree with both of you guys' point. The pushback, I think, and what Moda is trying to say, Kyle, is that the Cavs were really good. They not only did they turn it off at the end of the year and start, not covering and not caring. And we talked about that. They didn't have anything to play for. Just so happened when the playoffs started, they got hurt, right? Remember, they
Their whole team.
dismantled Miami, and Garland didn't have to play the last game. And then next thing you know, like Donovan Mitchell has a hamstring injury, and Evan Mobley's hurt. Like that's what happened to them. But so to your point, that's to Modav's point. To your point, Kyle, this team the Pacers have not beaten anybody.
That's what I'm trying to say. This team, like,
at all.
They're cool. They're a good team, but I don't understand what they've done to earn the respect of being the best team in the league. They haven't beaten anybody.
I absolutely agree. So I bet both of what you said. I bet the Knicks as well. And here's my logic behind it. Outside of what you just said, my logic behind it is that also the two teams that the Bucks have beaten so far. I mean, the two teams that the Indiana Pacers have beaten so far. They've beaten jump shot shooting teams. The Boston Celtics are a jump shot shooting team. I'm sorry, not the Boston Celtics. The Milwaukee Bucks like to get to the paint with Giannis and shoot a bunch of threes. They were top 10 in three-point frequency. The Cleveland Cavaliers, I think, were number 1, number 2 in three-point frequency. That's their bread and butter, is the ability to be able to run teams off the three-point line. They finished the season number 5 in opponent three-point frequency because they don't let you shoot a bunch of threes. You know what they finished the season defensively as far as rim frequency? 22nd. They were not a good team, with stopping teams from getting to the rim or getting to the mid-range. And I think the Knicks will thrive in that department. So, yeah, you know what else the Pacers really don't do well? Rebound the basketball. They got a 21% offensive rebounding rate. So the Knicks should absolutely dominate the offensive and defensive glass, even more so than they did in the last series versus, Porzingis and that illness and the rest of their front line for the Boston Celtics. So we talked about this last week. I like the Knicks a lot in this series. I haven't played the series price, but I do think that the Pacers, if we could see a Knicks full, a team that stays healthy, I think it's pretty easy in this series. So I like the Knicks as well. Cause I'll bet them -4.5.
Yeah, I got it at 3.5. So let's go New York. I will say, and this is probably the corniest thing I've ever shared on YouTube, but it's a true story. I had a dream the other night, more like a nightmare, that the Knicks won game 1 and lost 4 in a row. So I woke up, was sick. I don't know. I was like, that's a true story.
Did you check ESPN, make sure it didn't happen for real, Kyle?
It took a few seconds. I had a dream that they won game 1, then lost 4 in a row. So
I'm about to bet that exact outcome on FanDuel, like plus 10,000 odds.
If that happens exactly like that, like after the dream I had, I'll start believing in some paranormal shit because I did have that exact dream.
Yeah. Real quick, Kyle, I'll tell the people this. If you like the Pacers, I do think early would probably be best. We've seen the Knicks play around with their food early in games, and then for whatever reason in the third quarter they turn it on. And I could definitely see that. Pacers throwing the first punch here, but I didn't bet that. I just think if you like the Pacers, maybe you want to get there.
No,
early.
the dream was the Knicks won game 1 and then
no.
lost
I'm not talking about series. I'm talking about just this game. Yeah, we over your dream, Kyle.
Oh my God,
I'm not care about your dream. I'm talking about this game specifically. Probably Pacers early. I can see the Knicks coming out winning the third quarter, by a big margin, making some defensive adjustments at halftime.
The Mariners just blew the lead. It's 5-4. But good news, Royals team total over 2.5 already hit in the second inning. So there's one.
Nice.
The other two, Brewers team total under 4.5. If this loses in the 11th, I'll be so fucking pissed. Like, talk about a bet I deserve. This will be a rough one. All right, everyone, enjoy your night. Let's go Knicks. Hit me up if you need me. If you're in the betting league, you got 1 hour, 41 minutes to submit.